Well, what I'm planning with this is a set of videos for working on a somatic way towards improving walking, as well as finding a little more comfort from some chronic pain issues. So I'm going to have this video start each of the segments, and then I will go video by video through them. They can be done in the specific order I have them laid out, or they can also be done in any order that you seem that you want to do them in. It doesn't have to be the exact specifics to them. What you will need is a place to lie down. You can have a yoga mat. I'm not going to use one because my carpet here is plenty fine. You can use a yoga mat, floor, whatever works for you. So all you really need is a place to lie down and yourself. Whether you have towels or a yoga mat is up to you. With that, let's hop into the exercises. So the first exercise we'll do, just like this, we'll start on the ground. What I want you to do is bend your knee. You can do the right or the left, it doesn't matter. We're going to go do one at a time. So all I want you to do is bend your knee. I'm not going to do it yet. I want you to bend your knee first. I'll wait. Do it a few times. Get a sense of how that is. Now, what I've noticed is that most times when I ask my clients on the table to bend their knee, what they do is this. Again, I'll show that again. Maybe that's what you did. Come down. They actually are lifting their leg up to do that. What we're going to do here is find a new way to bend your knee if you haven't already done it, which is to just actually keep the heel on the ground and let the knee come up to the ceiling. Just like that. When you go down, same sort of thing. So if you haven't already done that before, if that wasn't your first way of moving it, all I want you to do now is just bend the knee, right, and let it go back down. And have the knee raise up to the ceiling and come back down. Now, one of the benefits of that is if you notice the first way I showed how most people seem to do it is they're taking a lot of effort to lift up the leg, which isn't actually needed. It also is going to be taxing muscles that aren't needed to be used, whereas the second way, and you can try the first way that most people do it, that wasn't what you did, and then you try the second way of just bending the knee, right, sliding it back. We'll do that on one side for a while, and then we're going to come back the other side. Right? You don't need to do the first way, whatever it was that you did. Just start to develop the new habit for knee up to the ceiling, foot sliding back, and just noticing how that feels. Another thing, we'll see how this comes out in video. You can also notice how you feel with it is when I just lift up the first way, you might see this really contracts a lot here. My whole body just kind of shrinks. But as I go this way, there's a force traveling through my body. There's an ease traveling through. Now, what isn't necessarily recognized here is that what this is doing is not just about bending the knee, but it's helping to transform when we walk, what muscles are being used when we walk. And so a lot of times we're using muscles that aren't needed to be moved, and this pattern helps us learn how to use the more efficient muscles. It's very, very simple. I've had a lot of my clients say that this is a game changer, this is life changing, that they didn't even recognize that when they get up in the morning and they force themselves up, how much energy it's already bringing them in versus just a sliding up. So that's it for the first exercise. I'm going to cut the video here and call it for today. And shortly after that, I'll run into another video that will be the next sort of follow through in this. So thanks for tuning in to these exercises. I'll have this video at the end of each of the exercises to kind of keep some continuity through them. These videos are great for helping to repattern our walking and our movement patterns. They can also be great for chronic pain. A lot of times what happens I find in my clients is that chronic pain comes from the inappropriate or inaccurate timing of how they're using their muscles. So we can use our muscles in various ways. These exercises are about getting down to almost the most base way of moving to allow the patterning to go through. And so if we are overusing muscles, as in some of the videos I'll talk about how this is not the most efficient way. If we're overusing muscles that don't need to be, what we can start to do here is repattern it so that those muscles that are ineffectual, which will then start to cause pain because they're not being used how they're meant to be, we can work and change that in some ways, which is just really wonderful. It's actually kind of amazing how some of these simple things can just change the world for us. And that's what I'm hoping to do for all of you, is find ways to find more ease and comfort in your bodies and therefore in your lives. So I'll continue to go on in these in incremental videos. I've got about 4 or 5 in the initial plan, and then we'll go from there in the next ones. I hope they're helpful for you. Please let me know how else I can be of more help for you. Be well out there. Peace.